Paris, nice to see you today. I hope your weekend went well, and it's Monday, so I think it's time to discuss lubrication.
Absolutely. Monday, lubrication and coffee. Excellent combination. I agree.
All right. So where we're at is we have our diagnosis complete, don't we?
There's one last thing to do still.
I know what you're thinking, and that's taking a walk.
Absolutely. Taking a walk is very important. So everybody needs to take a walk and see where lubrication actually happens. And that's where priceless information is actually. But there's a proper way to do it, of course. First of all, word normal should never be used under any circumstances. What gets declared as normal stays that way. So there will be no change. Looking and saying normal is not really useful except for looking for excuse. Secondly, showing respect to people is also very important when you're taking a good walk. It's not about finger pointing, not about scapegoating. It's not about making enemies and being bossy. So whatever is out there, target is to understand what needs to be changed, but not to shout at people and make any drama. By the way, you never know who is really to blame. Individual that does not respect rules if they don't exist, or wrong rules. So in my experience, I'll be honest to you, it's more often a system to blame than not the individual.
I agree. As we can't take a walk right now, do we have something to show here?
Oh yes, of course, of course. We have something very interesting to show. So I want to show you a collection. I'm sure you see the same one. So if you look if you can see how the horror looks like, and that is the reality of the field on the field very often. So you can see how these bearings get destroyed. This is the practice. This is what is actually done, and this is what we often see when we take this walk. And from these pictures, you can clearly see why it's not very intelligent to say this is normal, because it's not normal. And if we say it's normal, it will never change. It will just stay that way.
Wow, those are all very bad and sad.
Yeah, it's very bad and very sad. I agree, but still, it's better to see the problem than thinking one doesn't exist. And also, the shock works quite well on the system.
Okay, so we both know what the problem is here, and it's not about technology, it is culture.
This is a pure culture problem. Absolutely, you're right. And to be clear, culture is probably the biggest problem organizations do face. Precisely, it's more difficult to resolve, at least by using engineering tools, because it's not an engineering problem.
Too many times we see expectation from technology to resolve all problems.
Yes, too much Harry Potter, expecting that there is a magic wand, while there is not. Technology is excellent to teach us what needs to be done and how. I agree with that. But and for those close to it, it's also why. But widespread understanding about why something needs to be done and why that way, that comes from culture actually. Culture consists, as we all know, about all four elements: values, beliefs, behaviors, and rituals. So rituals are actually procedures, and they are natural outcome of the first three elements. So procedures or rituals, or call them however you want, do not build values, beliefs, and behavior. It's the other way around.
So it is a top-down kind of task.
Absolutely, it's a top-down when it needs to be built. But unfortunately, when it comes to destroying it, it's both top-down and bottom-up. If there is no understanding, it will only generate a pushback.
I've seen that so many times before when it collapses after a certain period.
I agree with you. Also, I view it for a different angle. Does culture need to be built, or we just need to let it back in?
Let it in.
Yes, exactly. Let it back in.
Sounds intriguing. Let's get another coffee.
I agree. This deserves another coffee.
All right,
See you.
until next week.
Exactly. See you. Bye bye.